got a question for you guys. And LauRen, you can't answer.
Okay.
Because we work together. But why is it that you currently are hating your job? I know it's a negative to hear and to talk about on your way in, but what is it about your job that sucks? Like, I guess if we had to say what sucked about our job, it would be...
meetings after the show.
That's not what I would have said.
100% it's meetings. Or, I mean, just the fact that you get short-staffed and you have so many things on your plate.
Okay. Not where I would go. I would say waking up early is the worst part of my job.
The first 5 minutes of me getting out of bed, I am so tired. But once I get moving, it's really not that bad for me.
Yeah, but it still sucks when that alarm goes off at 4:20.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, and everybody else is sleeping like mice. Just sleeping away. And I have to, and by the way, my wife sent me this video of a guy making so much noise in the house, and he goes, and the video was like an Insta story, and it was my quiet husband getting ready for work.
Banging
on
like, everything, yeah.
Hey! Like, you have to go outside, girl?
Dallas tells me I'm loud in the morning, and I'm like, I could not be more quiet.
That's how I feel. Researchers at career.io, LauRen, they have come out with a list of the happiest jobs in America. You ready for number 10?
I am so ready.
A physician is on the list.
Of the happiest, huh? You would think maybe not, because you would go see your physician if, like, you had a cough or, people are usually come in with an ailment.
Right, but most doctors, I think, feel like they're sending people home getting better, and that in itself is enlightening.
Okay.
A logistics manager is on the list. Computer support technician. Secretary. These are the top 10 jobs that make Americans most happy. Firefighter is on the list.
Wow.
I'm surprised.
I am too. I'm actually surprised that the, did you say receptionist?
Secretary.
Secretary. I was like an office assistant for somebody one time, and it was painful.
Yeah. Maybe these are secretaries that are getting really good fringe benefits. You know, I know somebody who's the assistant to a big executive at Microsoft, and she's flying all over the place all the time to go be with them.
Love that.
All right, so fitness instructor made the list. That I understand. That seems like a fun job. Number 4 is software developer.
Okay.
Number 3 is architect. Jobs that make people happy.
I think being an architect would make me really happy, because I like to see things come to life.
Yeah.
I love the process of like having nothing, building it, and then seeing it finished.
Yeah. Playing it through, right? Let's see. Carpenter was number 2 on the list.
Sames.
Yeah, like building something.
Yeah.
My neighbor's getting their deck rebuilt, and they're building like an enclosed porch and stuff. And I was like, it's almost like Legos. It's very satisfying watching it go from start to all the way to finish.
Especially if you get to see the plans first. That's why I love your closet project from Closets by Design.
I know. Yes. And then the number 1 happiest job in America, according to career.io, is a real estate agent.
But don't you think that sounds stressful? Like, you're dealing with people who, like, if they don't get the loan or it doesn't close, then you lose a lot of money, but you've invested a lot of time and you're working with somebody's life. Like, God forbid they're moving across the country, or,
you're looking at the negative side of it, the positive side. See, you're doing a little like my wife does sometimes. You tell her something and she immediately goes to the negative.
The pessimistic side of me.
And I'm like, yeah, but the good side is that 80% of the families are going into a home that they're happy with. And you walk away thinking to yourself, I got a percentage, and now this family's happily living in this home.
I don't know.
It's like, hey, do you think Santa Claus comes to the house, delivers presents, and goes, boy, little Jimmy and little Jane are going to hate these? No, he leaves, and he says, they're going to like 85% of the things I brought. They're going to hate the socks. Okay, we get it, Santa.
All right.
You can't make everybody happy. So it says, I got to stay anonymous. I can't call in, but my my boss listens to you guys, too. People who don't want to do their work and aren't held accountable for not doing it. Ugh.
That's the worst part of your job.
Yeah, someone says the worst part of my job right now is the grumpy old guy who needs to retire who's working with me. Jackie says 3 words, public school teacher. I still wake up and love what I do every single day, but it's definitely not the most glamorous. No, and I wish you got paid a lot more, by the way. Someone says the worst part of my job is literally some of the people. if they would just do their job correctly the first time, I wouldn't have to go behind and fix everything. Someone said the worst part of my job right now is I'm 39 weeks pregnant and ready to go into labor.
Girl.
Yeah. And then somebody says, I'm a medic. I deal with frequent callers, chaotic shifts, death. It's just difficult. And then Rich says, sales job. I have a big sales day, but the system that you use to enter the sales is down for 3 days now. Isn't that annoying?
My husband just used to work for a company who they had to sell this product, but the product was on back order for like 6 months. And he's like, how am I supposed to sell something that doesn't exist?
How annoying. Get this. My wife, she's a wholesale clothing rep, so she sells different lines to different boutiques all over the Southeast. And she's like, the boutique can order everything at the show. If it doesn't ship, I don't get paid.
Right.
And if it doesn't ship, it could be a logistic issue that we have nothing to deal with. Oh, it's so frustrating. Well, enjoy your job. If not, flip over to one of these top 10.